Welcome to the world of history enthusiasts. Today we're exploring the fascinating history behind the 6 most addictive things throughout history. Tobacco. From sacred rituals to global commodity. Tobacco, a plant indigenous to the Americas, has a history that stretches back over thousands of years. Initially, it was deeply intertwined with the spiritual and cultural practices of Native American societies. The ritualistic use of tobacco can be traced back to at least 6000 BC, as evidenced by archaeological findings in modern-day Mexico and parts of Central and South America. Tobacco was one of the first plants to be cultivated in these regions, often used in ceremonial contexts for its believed spiritual benefits. The Cherokee tribe, among others, held tobacco in high esteem within their spiritual universe. Cherokee lore speaks of the Nunahi or Yonwitsunsdi, supernatural beings, as the introducers of tobacco, signifying its sacred status. This narrative underscores the plant's deep spiritual significance long before European contact. However, the arrival of Europeans in the Americas marked a pivotal shift in the role of tobacco. Upon its introduction to Europe, tobacco quickly transformed from a sacred element to a sought-after commodity. Its addictive properties, stemming from the alkaloid nicotine, facilitated its rapid spread and popularity across Europe. By the 17th century, tobacco was not only a widely consumed product but also a valuable trade item, used even as a form of currency in certain colonies. This transition had profound implications. Tobacco cultivation became a major economic activity, leading to large-scale plantations, especially in the southern United States. Unfortunately, this expansion was also intertwined with the dark history of slavery, as enslaved Africans were brought to work on tobacco farms, further entrenching the plant's economic significance. Tobacco's journey from a sacred plant to a global commodity encapsulates a dramatic transformation. It highlights the intersections of culture, economy, and the profound impact of colonialism, reshaping a ritualistic practice into a cornerstone of global trade and consumption, despite its later acknowledged health risks. Methamphetamine in WIT, the Nazis' Pervitin. During World War II, methamphetamine played a significant yet controversial role, particularly in the form of Pervitin, widely used by Nazi Germany. Pervitin, a methamphetamine-based drug, was synthesized by German pharmacologist Fritz Hauschild in 1937. Inspired by the stimulant effects of amphetamines observed in the 1936 Berlin Olympics, Hauschild enhanced these properties by adding a methyl group to the compound, creating a more potent version. The introduction of Pervitin into the German military was a game-changer. It was initially perceived as a miracle drug that could keep soldiers awake, alert, and energetic for extended periods. This capability was crucial to the success of the Blitzkrieg strategy, a warfare method that relied on quick, surprise attacks. Soldiers often stayed awake for days during these operations, thanks in part to Pervitin. The use of Pervitin was widespread and largely unregulated initially. It was available without a prescription and even distributed in ration packs to soldiers. Reports suggest that between April and July 1940, the German Army and Air Force consumed more than 35 million tablets of Pervitin. This widespread usage was reflective of the high-paced and demanding nature of the warfare strategies employed by the Nazis. However, the long-term effects of Pervitin use started becoming apparent as the war progressed. Addiction, health deterioration, and psychological issues among soldiers were reported, leading to a re-evaluation of its unrestricted use. By 1941, concerns about the drug's addictive nature and detrimental impact on soldiers' health led to more controlled distribution within the military. The reliance on Pervitin by Nazi forces illustrates the darker aspects of warfare, where drug use was exploited to enhance military efficiency, often at the cost of soldiers' health and well-being. It underscores a troubling chapter in the history of warfare where performance enhancement overshadowed potential health risks, marking a controversial and ethically challenging aspect of military history. Betel nut, a cultural staple with health implications. The betel nut, derived from the areca palm, has been a prominent feature in various Asian and Pacific cultures for thousands of years. Its origins can be traced back to at least 4,600 years ago, with archaeological evidence in the Philippines. This nut, containing psychoactive alkaloids, primarily auriculine, is known for its stimulating effects, which include heightened alertness and a sense of euphoria. In many societies, particularly in Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands, the chewing of betel nut is deeply embedded in social and cultural practices. It is often used in rituals as a symbol of hospitality and in daily social interactions. The traditional method involves wrapping the nut in betel leaves and adding slaked lime, which enhances the nut's psychoactive effects. This practice not only serves as a communal activity, but also has ceremonial importance in many cultures. However, the health implications of betel nut consumption are significant. Regular chewing of betel nut has been linked to a range of adverse health effects, most notably an increased risk of oral cancers, gum disease, and tooth decay. The nut's carcinogenic potential has been a major concern in medical circles, with numerous studies highlighting the link between betel nut use and oral malignancies. Despite these health risks, the cultural significance of betel nut chewing remains strong in many communities. In some societies, the red-stained teeth and gums, a result of regular betel nut use, are even considered a mark of beauty or a status symbol. This deeply ingrained cultural practice continues to prevail, even as awareness of its health hazards grows. The story of the betel nut exemplifies the complex interplay between cultural traditions and health. While it remains a symbol of hospitality and social bonding in many cultures, its adverse health effects pose a significant challenge, highlighting the need for a balance between cultural practices and health awareness. Khat, a stimulant entwined with conflict. Khat, a leafy plant native to the Horn of Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, has been a cultural and social mainstay in these regions for centuries. Its leaves contain cathinone, a natural stimulant that provides a mild euphoric effect, making it a popular substance for social and ceremonial use. Historically, the chewing of khat leaves has been a communal activity, deeply integrated into the social fabric of countries like Ethiopia, Somalia, and Yemen. The history of khat is not just limited to social and cultural dimensions, it has also been intertwined with regional conflicts and economic challenges. In Yemen, where khat is legal and widely consumed, its cultivation consumes a significant portion of the country's water resources, a critical issue in a region already facing severe water scarcity. Reports indicate that khat farming accounts for a substantial percentage of Yemen's agricultural water usage, a controversial fact given the country's ongoing humanitarian and water crises. Moreover, the trade of khat has played a role in the political and military conflicts in the region. In Somalia, for instance, khat is both legally consumed and a significant economic commodity. The revenue generated from khat trade has been implicated in funding various factions in the prolonged Somali civil war. This aspect of khat trade highlights the complex relationship between a culturally significant practice and its potential impact on regional stability and conflict. The use of khat has also raised debates internationally, particularly concerning its legal status. While it remains legal and culturally accepted in its native regions, many Western countries have banned it, citing health concerns and its potential for abuse. These differing perspectives underscore the challenges in reconciling cultural practices with global health and legal standards. Khat's story illustrates the intricate balance between cultural tradition, economic impact, and political dynamics. As a stimulant deeply rooted in the social practices of certain African and Middle Eastern societies, its role extends beyond mere consumption, reflecting broader socio-political issues and debates in the modern world. Love addiction, the case of King Ludwig II. King Ludwig II of Bavaria, often referred to as the Mad King, presents a historical example of what might be perceived as love addiction, set against the backdrop of 19th century European society. Born in 1845, Ludwig's reign was marked by a series of eccentric and extravagant projects, as well as his complex emotional life, particularly his deep fascination with the composer Richard Wagner. Ludwig's behavior could be interpreted through the lens of love addiction, a concept explored in psychoanalysis. This condition is characterized by an obsessive need for romantic attachment and validation, often to the extent of neglecting one's own needs and responsibilities. In Ludwig's case, his intense admiration for Wagner and his music might have been a manifestation of such an addiction. This infatuation led Ludwig to become a significant patron of Wagner, financing his operas and even constructing elaborate palaces like Neuschwanstein Castle, inspired by Wagnerian themes. However, Ludwig's emotional investments went beyond his patronage of Wagner. His personal life was marked by emotional turmoil, including a broken engagement and speculated unrequited affections. These experiences, combined with his royal duties and the societal expectations of his time, likely compounded his emotional struggles. The implications of Ludwig's possible love addiction extended to his reign. His obsession with grand architectural projects, driven by his romanticized visions, placed a substantial financial strain on Bavaria. The lavish expenditures on these fairy tale-like castles were seen as frivolous and irresponsible, leading to significant political and public concern. In 1886, this unrest culminated in Ludwig being declared mentally unfit to rule, resulting in his deposition and subsequent mysterious death. King Ludwig II's life story, viewed through the concept of love addiction, offers a unique insight into the psychological complexities of historical figures. His case reflects how personal emotional struggles can intersect with public responsibilities, especially in the context of monarchical leadership, and highlights the broader implications of mental health issues in historical narratives. What are your thoughts? Share your views in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating history stories. Thank you for watching. Until next time.